Okay, so what we have today on the bench is a Super Pro SP200. So this is my next project, and let's take a look at it. So pretty much all the knobs. Let's check out the knobs. Knobs working. I think the wheel for the indicating of the frequency band might be warped. I know the band spread doesn't work, so there might be something going on with the disc. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Get your speaker, your headphones, audio gain. Oh, this is stuck. Oh, send receive, and your beat oscillator. So yeah, this is your Super Pro SP200. Looks like I need to lube some of these knobs as well. Anyways, let's take a look underneath or on top. As you can see, all the wires are frayed. Now this radio is built back in 1938, 1935, between 35 and 38 if I'm not mistaken. Back in the time, the Hammarlund Super Pro SP200 was considered top of the line. This is a rack mount, so it was used somewhere. Well, they had a rack, obviously, and this is what I'm talking about the wheel for the frequency meter. It's as you can see, it's warped, so every time you would move the knob, it won't spin, because obviously there's a wheel down there that rides on this plastic disc, and it allows it to spin. So I need to take a look at that. There's a lot of tubes on here. This is interesting. I haven't seen a 6C5. That's interesting. These are the transformer coils. You can see the adjustment. Oh, by the way, I do have the power supply for this receiver, so I'll show you that in the next video. And you can see SP200, model number of this Hammarlund Super Pro. Look at this cable. These cables are all fried, so these need to be replaced. This needs to be sanded and cleaned up. What I'm going to do, cosmetically sand this, primer, paint it. But this device is beautiful. This receiver looks beautiful. I can see an outline up here, as if they had some sort of shell, but I don't think so, because it's really corroded on top. So I'm assuming they had this on some sort of rack. Now this receiver came out of a shack back in the early 40s and was gifted to me from a ham operator, I think in New York. And this is the tuning. Here, and here, and here, and here. Here and here, down here. Here, this one right here too. Yeah, that disc That disc right here is really warped. I wonder how I'm going to straighten this out. Looks like somebody wrote the word yellow on top. Not sure what that means. So there you go, the Super Pro SP200. That's the next thing on my bench to go ahead and try to recondition, bring back to life, new paint, tune it, align it, and I'll bet this thing will sound beautiful. Let's take a look underneath, okay? Let me put you on hold for a minute while I put up this heavy receiver. By the way, this receiver is very heavy. Give me a minute. Okay, so that once again, here it is. I went ahead and took off all these screws. I think each little hole had a little screw. So as you can see, it took me a while to go ahead and take this plate off. So here's the underneath. First thing of business, just go ahead and document where everything goes. These capacitors are obviously going to be removed. I'm going to go ahead and replace all the resistors. I have the resistors, might as well replace the resistors. I gotta test these capacitors back here to see if they're any good. If not, go ahead and start replacing. I'm not going to try to test these out. Just straight out replace them. I have them in stock, so replace them. Try to zoom in where the wheel, hold on, let me focus. So right there, you see that right there? That's the knob for the tuning dial to move, and you can see how warped it is. So I'm going to have to figure out how to straighten that disc. That's for the main tuning, and there's another one back here for the bypass, or not bypass, the band spread down here. It rides on this disc that's down there too. As you can see, it's warped, and I need to start figuring out how to fix that. So there you go. Hammarlund Super Pro SP200. That's the next project. First thing I want to do is go ahead and replace the capacitors, resistors, do some testing as far as see if there's anything broken. I don't want to take up a task and find out something is broken or not working, and it'll cost me more in time and effort to fix. But so far it looks like it's in tasks. Doesn't look like it's been bothered or altered or molested in any way. This is interesting how this works. What is this? The bandwidth. Check this out. Interesting, huh? Mechanical switch. I bet there's some sort of transformer in there, inductor. Interesting. You have I bet these resistors are way out of tolerance. See the other side. Go look underneath here. I have some old stock carbon composite, new old stock resistors, and I think I would just go ahead and do that with this one. What value is this? Just curious. Oh, is it? Oh, see, it's not even. Oh gosh. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Beaver. 40 microvolts at 150. Goes right there. I have to make a note of that because otherwise I'll forget where it goes. This is what I mean. If you do decide to take on a task like this, do a complete visual first to see if it's worth your time and effort. If it's just component replacing, and that should be a piece of cake. But if it involves a blown transformer or one of these transformers that are shorted out or open, that's another different case. That's more time consuming. But I don't think this is the case with this. I think it's just a straight out component swap. Well, stay tuned. I'll post second half once I'm done upgrading the capacitors, resistors, and keep you in the loop as far as progress. Talk to you soon. Bye.